When I first heard the song, I didn't think anything of it. I didn't really bat an eyelash. Yes, it was good and all. It was well put together, it was professional. So well put together, in fact, that I was walking down the road one day and I saw somebody doing this while listening to it. The problem with that is that they were doing it by stairs. So of course you can imagine how I must have felt when I saw this happen. But as I was saying, when I first heard the song, it was good. Not much more to say about it than that. But it didn't really leave too big an impression on me. Not because it was bad, but simply because of its lack of remarkableness. It didn't tickle my fancy enough. It didn't stick out enough. I say all that to say that everything I just said is now false. The song that we're going to be talking about today is a banger. It's gold. It's a masterpiece. It's a stupid piece of garbage and I hate it. And that's why we're going to be talking about it. Today we're going to be talking about the theme of the Spider Guardian in Sonic Frontiers and what you can learn from its evolution from unremarkable to irreplaceable. By the way, I have a little surprise for you at the end, so please, if you wouldn't mind, do yourself a favor and stay for that part. To give you some context, this is the version of the song that's good, but in my opinion, nothing too amazing or remarkable. You know what, I lied, that song is good and it's remarkable. Why? Because it's worthy of remark, which is what I'm about to do. That intro is dark yet vibrant. It poises you for an intense battle and lets you know right away that this challenger has arrived. I like how it's nice and loud, unlike the boss battle theme for Tank, which is somber, quiet, and goes along with the melancholy theme of Sonic Frontiers. This is an excellent juxtaposition to put inside of one game. On the one hand, you have a loud and expressive theme song like this, and on the other hand, you have the complete opposite. If you're listening to this through headphones or even your phone speaker, I would advise you turn it up because Sega really did make a point to make this very calm and somber so that it would fit with the rest of the Sonic Frontiers storyline and aesthetic. But now to the version of Spider's theme that's excellent. If you played Sonic Frontiers, then you probably know that Spider originally appeared on Chaos Island, but when the Final Horizon DLC released, it brought it to Uranus Island with a slew of different soundtracks, including a reworked theme song for the Spider Guardian. I have to admit, this reworked theme is a banger. It's studious, it's everything the first theme was, except now it's gone Super Saiyan. Before I play it, I'd to give a hearty shout out to everybody who watched, liked, and commented on my last video. You have no idea how immensely that helped me out, and I think it finally got my channel out of a rut. We actually scored over 1,000 views on that video about Sonic Frontiers' theme song, but the fact that I'm celebrating over 1,000 views should tell you just how dirty YouTube was doing me. So please, your continued support is absolutely vital to this channel. Like I said last time, I won't ask you to subscribe. I don't want to fill up your feed with videos you don't want to see. But if you would simply hit that like button and comment literally anything, you would earn my gratitude and long-lasting approval. By the way, if you watched the last video about Sonic Frontiers' theme, please leave that in the comments. I really want to see how many returning viewers I actually have here. But as I was saying, the alternate version of the theme of Spider is grand, and I'm about to show you why. Take a listen to this. Right off the bat, it ignites. It starts off with a bigger dynamite burst and continues with a series of reckless explosions afterwards. Except they're not reckless, they're calculated. Every single beat is thought out, plotted, and executed with the most precise and deliberate timing. As you can hear, it's in a minor key, A minor to be precise, which is an excellent choice. Minor keys are not often used for songs denoting sunshine and roses. This is a battle, this is intense, this is decisive. The quickness of the drum and bass riffs suit for both Sonic speed and the seriousness for which Sonic Frontiers' storyline takes place. Not to mention that besides the Titans, this boss is one of the only ones that got animated in full cinematic CGI. If we listen further, we come to a slight interlude. All the while, you can hear the drones weeping and waving in the back. It's creepy when you think about it, but used in a very, very efficient manner. Listen to how slick that is. Listen to how the drums are weaving with each other. Nothing's overstaying its welcome. Everybody's talking, but nobody's talking over each other. They're talking with and between each other. This soundtrack is absolutely on point. It's so on point, in fact, that it makes me think of a Sonic vs. Shadow moment, a showdown, a competition of sorts. We move on to the next part of the song, and here the instrumentation is all correct. We get a respite from the quick drum patterns as the bass quickens to build tension, and a new synth is introduced, giving us an entirely new riff of chords. It has that sense of worry and suspense when you reach the final stretch, but you don't know if you have the energy to go on and complete the final battle. There's actually a scene in everybody's favorite game, Sonic Forces, that conveys the sentiment very, very well. way they redid this song is so good, and I honestly wish I had a bigger part in Sonic Frontiers. But here's something I really want you to take note of. Listen to how the original version of this song sounded on Chaos Island. The feeling of the song has been almost entirely preserved in the alternate version, but now it's been evolved, it's been improved upon. You can hear the original version is still slick and crawly in some sense, indicative of the spider boss you're fighting. But the evolved version is slick, speedy, and elegant, which is a perfect choice of change because when you first fought the boss it was almost completely stationary, but now it constantly moves around, and if you want to catch it, you have to use that speed of yours. There's so much more that I want to say about this song, but I think I'll make this video a shorter one and get to the end of the song. Here we go into the last part of the music before it loops back into the beginning, and honestly, this is a very interesting piece of music. Take a listen. I like how they made the sound of this look. It seems like they kept well within the theme of this being the spider boss, even though mechanical, that you're fighting. You can hear that the synth comp here is spiky, yet sticky, like the legs of a spider crawling up a surface. Now the intensity increases as we go into the final phase of this battle. I'm glad you stayed to the end of the video, because here's the special thing that I was going to show you. Don't try to find this lead in the original soundtrack. You won't. Thank you again to all the people who watched this video to the end, and to all the people who watched my last video on the theme of Sonic Frontiers. Like I said before, I won't ask you to subscribe, but please just leave a like and a comment as I'm really trying to get this channel to grow right now, and YouTube seems to be suppressing it. I do read all of your comments, trust me on that one, and if you don't, leave a comment and see if you get a reply. By the way, I also do remixes and covers of songs, so if you want me to cover or remix a song, please just leave it in the comments. Also, if you look on my channel, you'll probably see the first video is a remix of Rex Lapis' theme. Please do me a favor and watch that video after this. I put a lot of work into it, and I'd appreciate if you could push it forward.